I got my new thing imported. I got the Christian Dior. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford it. Look what I did with the bag. Look what I did with the bag. I got the thing in the back, and I ain't taking no chat. I got my new thing imported. I got the Christian Dior. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford it.
Follow us on Instagram at Express Truth Show.
Unfiltered people, we're back up in the building. Express Truth Show, making Thursdays great again. And before we do anything else today, people, hit that like button, hit that share button, and hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, leave a comment as well, people. We're dealing with algorithm business. It's the Express Truth Show. Shout out to the Patreon crew. Patreons, you already know what time it is. If you're not a Patreon, head over there right now and hit that join button, man. We're about to drop a new story. It's called The Big Ponzi. I'm very proud of this work right here. A lot of detail, a lot of attention to detail. Lock in, a lot of details in that one, man. So before we do anything else today, people, let me introduce my co-host, man, Stephen Brown. Stephen, what you say, man?
Gang. Making Thursdays great again, never late again. It's a dynamic duo in full effect, man. Changing the world one Thursday at a time. Your favorite podcasts. We're back up in the building, man. We saying, G, talk to me nice, man.
Yeah, man, everything's crisp, you know. Everything's crisp. Can't complain. Off the back of matter of fact, it's been like 2 on the spin now. Off the back of a very, very busy week. But we're here in the building, man. Express Truth Show. People, don't forget, man, head over to the Clips channel and subscribe to that immediately, man. More action over there needed. Express Truth Clips. Stephen, what you saying? What's your week been saying?
It's been alright, you know. It ain't been too bad. It's been weird. It's been a weird one. You know, it has highs and lows. It's just been one of them, man. But there again, man, for bless the people them on another Thursday. So
did you crack that storm the other day?
A game of FIFA, man.
That UK storm the other day.
The other day, ain't it still going on?
Lightning and all of that. Did you see all of that? It was mad.
Feels like it ain't finished, man.
It's still running. Yeah. It got kind of mental still. God, that's probably the first time I've seen so much lightning, you know, in such a short space of time. It was just full of lightning, man.
Bible facts.
Didn't know what was going on. 1 minute there was lightning, beer, thunder, a bag of different heavy hail. Yeah, man, the weather's getting very extreme. Very, very extreme. So, and how you know is that they were saying that, like, you know, a lot of those flooded them areas in the UK that flood. Yeah. They can't take so much heavy rain in a short space of time. Because like enough rain dropped within 10 minutes. Bag of flooding and all of that was going in certain parts of England. So, yeah, man, you just got to take time. And I see they're announcing all their AI now. I knew it was a matter of time, you know, Stephen, before law enforcement started using AI to benefit them. You know, like they got the AI speed cameras now that can see everything. Like you're talking some proper tech. Coming like you can't do nothing, man. Nowadays, like everything's about making money. Every single thing is about making money. That's all it's about. I'm talking like these governmental things. It's all about somehow making money. See what I'm saying? Like now they're extending TV license and all that now, Stephen, yeah? They're extending them things now into watching YouTube. If you watch YouTube live, they're trying to say you need a TV license. So there's all little isms and schisms they're doing.
Yeah, that's not going to run, blood. Because everyone watches on it. The argument is I watch it on my phone. YouTube's nothing to do with the BBC, bro.
Facts, but how they're trying to do it now, Stephen, because now a bag of people have stopped watching live TV. A lot of people have stopped watching their shows, like the BBC shows and all of that. They've now done a thing where they've tried to cover a wider scale. So like they're saying, if you watch it on your laptop, your tablet, your phone, if it's live, you need to pay a license. So they've switched it from like live TV to just if you're watching anything live. They're having a laugh, man. They are having an absolute laugh. It coming like they still want to charge us for old school things. So technology's moved on now to where everything's on demand. Don't need to pay them no more. Simple as you don't need to pay them no more. Because at this point, we are not getting anything from having a TV license. So for me, it's just a big scam. But yeah, they're using all the AI now in conjunction with finding you. So people, you got to be on your P's and Q's in today's world. Because every little thing is about finding you. That's all it's about. Finding you, getting money from you in some sort of way. You park up your car now. It's not even a minute later now. They're slapping tickets on you. Driving around with them tax vans and everything's about making P for them. It's starting to look more and more and more like them. You know them movies when everyone just works at a factory, Stephen? You know them movies from back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone just works in a factory. They're starting to look more and more like that, man. So, I don't know. I don't know how they're running this thing.
The place is set to breed depression and nothing else.
Facts. I've noticed, and they're doing it. I remember, they're doing it now, Stephen, from a young age. Like they're trying to get children to tap into that. And I've said it many times, but I'll say it again. What they're doing now, they're trying to get the younger generation, who is the future nurses, doctors, lawyers, teachers. They're giving them excuses from a young age. So, like, they'll do things now in schools where they'll say, how are you feeling? You know what I mean? Like every day, like ask the children to write down how they're feeling, giving them that type of, let me word this right, but putting that type of pressure on their shoulders. Because Stephen, let's keep it real. When you're, unless you're coming from an abnormal environment, yeah, a child don't really have the pressures of life. They're not paying no bills. They're not working no job. I'm talking about the average child who's in the average happy home.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't know any pressures of bills or any pressures of the workplace or any of that. So why are we giving them that type of experiment, I would call it? Why are we telling them to tell us how they feel? Because if you ask me when I was 10, going into school, how do I feel? I don't feel no way. I feel like a child. I'm not sad. I'm not happy.
I'm going to school.
I mean, but at that age, though, school, at the age of 10, school should be an enjoy. Yeah. At the age of 10, school should be an enjoyable experience, man. Because you should, at that point, you're just around your friends. There's not too much pressure. But they're putting these kind of things on them, which I think is unfair, to be honest. I think it's unfair because now you're giving them like, I'm sad. Why are you sad? Now you've opened up a whole new can of worms. See what I'm saying? It don't make sense to me, man. It don't make sense to me, but it's all done by design. All these things, you got to look carefully. They're all done by design, man. But all right, let's fly. I want to recap this event on the weekend. Now, we have spoke about this on the stream and couple clips and stuff are on the Clips channel. But I want to revisit this thing and get into more detail. So, we had a heavyweight title fight in the UK. Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. Now, the thing I like about Anthony Joshua when he fights, yeah, is that he brings out all the casuals. All the people who don't know nothing about boxing. All the people who swear they're experts all of a sudden. A lot of them are bred from the Anthony Joshua era. And just like with the Francis Ngannou build-up, I was very, very disappointed in how people were writing off the opponent. People didn't give the opponent, Daniel Dubois.
You mean the champion?
The champion. You see, it's embarrassing that you've even had to correct me on that. But it's that bad, Stephen. That's how he was treated, you know. They treated him, even I'm calling him the opponent at the time. because that's how he was treated, Stephen. He
I didn't
walked
know
up
he was
first.
the champ, you know.
Yeah, he was the he won. It was a vacant belt. You know when Usyk gave up one of the belts, he got the belt automatically. So people were calling him they were saying paper champions, but either way, he was the champ. They made him walk first, and the whole thing was set up to be like a Joshua glory day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Joshua revival fight.
Yeah, that's how they set it up. Like, yo, this is the crowning of the king. And these casuals, which a lot of these casuals are in the press too, regurgitated this rhetoric, saying that my man was going to get knocked out, how much right hands he takes, all this type of stuff. And then what happened is the complete opposite. A lot of people will say that they are surprised, but you only have to go back. Like, I see a few cheeky comments and that on the page, like, everyone's an expert. Nah. This is the thing about these podcasts and these streams and all of that. There is proof that's out there on the internet. You only have to go back to when the fight was first announced. And I said that this was not a foregone conclusion that Joshua would win, and that Dubois had just as much chance as winning this fight as Joshua. Matter of fact, I even said Dubois has more of a chance because of the opponents that he fought, the last three opponents. But anyway, let's look at it through a casual lens. So Joshua goes in there now, Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
He gets touched up, gets dropped, and then he gets knocked out. So Daniel Dubois wins. The whole press is shocked. I'm not shocked. And now people are saying, what should he do in the future? What should he do? Now, I did touch on this briefly, but people need to understand this. They have to understand this. No matter how much people don't want to hear it, the facts of this, those days of the Anthony Joshua that was going in there and knocking man out and vicious and all the rest of it, them days are over, folks. Those days of him being the savior of British boxing and all of that stuff, them days are over, people. If you haven't noticed, like, I know a lot of people want to relive them glory days because in them days, 2015, 2016, 2000, in them days, people are like, yo, them are the times when, you know, British boxing was on top, and they remember those days, and Joshua was at the forefront of that, but they don't want to let go. They don't want to let go. They don't understand that it's the cycle of life. Just like the Lion King, man. Like, you're not going to stay king forever.
Sorry.
Like, the pieces on the chessboard have to move around. Like, them days of when you're paying a man, how long you think it is, Stephen? You're giving a man 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, 50 million. Eventually, the hunger's going to die. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from Dubois, you know. But eventually, the hunger will die down. And eventually, you're not going to be training as hard. You're not going to be as hungry to get in there and knock a man's head off. Like, these are things that have been documented in the past. Marvin Hagler said it. He said, it's difficult to get out of bed and jog at 4 a.m. when you've got silk sheets and silk pajamas. So it's difficult. Like, people, like the casuals just don't understand that those days are over. Like, it's now, there's now a new champ in town who's been grinding. And I can tell you this now, from his whole career, Stephen Dubois, was built off the back of taking out Anthony Joshua. Frank Warren signed him, yeah, when we were at the height of the Anthony Joshua show. And at the time, there weren't no other British heavyweights besides your Tyson Furies and at the time, David Price. There weren't no standout British heavyweights. Daniel Dubois got signed by Queensberry, and he was signed to take out Anthony Joshua. Now, what happened is when the Saudis come in, they've got enough money to say, yo, I want to see the best fight the best, so everyone's getting paid. If they didn't come in, Stephen, this fight wouldn't have happened and we wouldn't even know who the best is. For years, these men were just able to pick who they wanted to fight. Now, I do put Joshua at the top of the pile in them days because Joshua was actually trying to fight live opponents. But I just think at this point now, it's over. I just think at the top level, it's over. And there's a plethora of reasons as to why it's over. But the casuals need to understand that it's over and give the credit where credit's due. Daniel Dubois put on a boxing masterclass. See what I'm saying? Beat him up from the start really till the finish. Simple as, man. Beat him up. And he's the champ. He's the champ now, and I can't see him really losing the belt anytime soon. Don't see him losing the belt anytime soon. I think he can be at the top of the pile for a long time to come because the rest of the mans are getting older. But Joshua, it was great while it lasted. He definitely brought back British boxing. But, yeah, it's over, man.
That's all she wrote, yeah?
That, in my opinion, yeah.
Okay. Well, I just got to take your word for it, man, because I don't even know. You have a casual fan, then you have me, because I even know the fight was under. Whenever I watch it, I blood clot. Whenever I check my highlight, I just say everyone a hype up. Yo, AJ. I said, oh. So I gave it a quick Google. I said, rah. And then I saw my man doing breakdancing in the ring or something. What's that move? A head spin.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the knockout, yeah.
Yeah, was it, I thought man was breakdancing in round 5, but okay. Yeah. So what resembled a head spin and all that. I saw the images going around. It looked terrible. But we talk about it in life, man. People pick and choose. You were all on the AJ train, then you saw it get derailed. Then you were all acting like you were on the Dubois train from the start. You can't try and jump on the ride 3/4 of the way through and then say I was down with you from day one. Them things don't work, man. Allow it, man. These are the same geezers who think they're MMA experts. Allow it, fam.
Yeah, MMA.
Because you might not get put in a triangle chokehold on Broad Street, so just relax yourself, man.
Yeah.
Thinking they're experts and everything, man. But it's one of them. But I was hearing some rumors going around, Cake.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me. Let's get into it.
This is what I'm trying to say. I'm not even a casual because I think it was surrounding Dubois' camp. They were trying to downplay man or say man was working Obia and all them thing there. And
yeah.
I did hear a couple of things there.
Okay, I'll break it down to you. So what happened was, you got a pundit called Spencer Fearon who, he's been on the show before still. He's been on
I was going to say, that's the one he jumped on, innit?
He jumped, we was on that show together, yeah? And what happened was, allegedly, he was owed some money by Dubois' camp. So during the fight week, he was like saying that Dubois wasn't good enough. There's a quote out there. He called it a grotesque mismatch. And then he was saying that the dad works Obia and all them kind of things, and no Obia can win against Joshua. And that kind of threw a spanner in the works during the build-up. During them last couple of days there, when he come out and did that, it created a lot of conversation that we shouldn't have been having, especially during fight week. So they tried to put it down to that. But since we're talking about that now, my dad phoned me, was it yesterday or the day before? My dad phoned me anyway after the fight. So my dad phoned me, Stephen. He's like, yo, did you watch the fight? So I'm like, of course, like I watched it and that. He's like, yeah, the boy is serious. So then he's like, yo, I know his dad, Stan. We used to do business back in the day. Because his dad used to sell posters and all of that, and rare. And you know, my dad had a period in time where he was doing all that kind of stuff as well as what he does with the shop and everything. So he was doing business with my man. So I asked him, I said, yo, there's some little funny talk over my man's head, you know, A, B, or C. And my dad was like, nah, like, them man were grinding, like, from back in them days, like, they've really been putting their work in, like, one brick at a time, building. You see what I'm saying? And my dad was like, nah, like, them man are official, like. But it's just sad that those comments come from people that look like you. You see what I mean? Whether there's truth to it or not, I just believe it was handled the wrong way. And I think after the fact, if I was Spencer at this point, I'd apologize to them. Like, you know what I mean? That would be the grown man thing to do, to jump online and just be like, listen, I made some comments. There's some things going on behind the scenes with me and them, but I made some comments through my anger. See what I'm saying? And I shouldn't have made those comments. And I wish the family all the best. That would be the best thing for him to do. See what I'm saying? But I doubt he will, though. Because sometimes, sometimes when like something's bonner, man, and it just, it just thinks he's right. But nah, man, the best thing to do would be to apologize to them, like. And it definitely bond them as well, because Dubois reposted a video of a man breaking it down and all of that. So, yeah, I'm not really feeling that.
Yeah, I know it's hard, man. It's hard because, when things go on in the background, like everyone reacts differently in it. So something that you and I would probably take on the chin, and next man feels like, nah, man, the world needs to know you done me wrong. You know what I mean? Whether it happened or not, like if I feel a certain way about it, because remember, everyone's different, man. A minor to one man is a mountain to a next man. You know what I mean?
Facts. I just think, you know what it is? I'm gonna say it like this, like even coming away from that, because we soon switch up the topic in a second. But even coming away from that, you see, in today's world, yeah, I've said it many a times. I'm gonna say it again. You see, when a man's not bothering nobody, and he's just trying to make his way in the world, yeah, leave that man alone, man. See what I'm saying? Like, there's too much scamming and things like that are going on. So, like, like when I see a story in the press, Stephen, it was like a man got killed or something like that, I'm always asking myself, I wonder what he did. Because in today's world, Stephen, I'm hearing all kind of skullduggery and conniving, scamming, and things that a lot of people, ain't going to take it on the chin. One man might take it on the chin, and next man, that could mean his life to him. Like, we're living in those kind of uncertain times. So I'm saying it now, like, people need to just leave people alone. Like, all kind of people are fighting secret battles right now, and people are just running around looking for people to scam, looking for people to do things to, looking for people to con to try and get one up. And there's a lot of people out here who do not have the patience to deal with that type of thing. So that's where I'll just leave that. But you know what though? Which is completely random, yeah? But I've been watching this closely. You know that rapper Young Dolph? You've been seeing that trial's going on now because he got killed. And
everyone's snitching on it because them mans were promised 100 bags that never came. And I'm hearing one man who's doing all the singing on the stand was given 8 bills out of said 100K, whether it materialized or not.
Well, so let me give you a little bit of the backstory then, yeah, because this Dolph, brother, I actually like my man still. Like his movement and how he used to do his marketing, and he was somebody who, them Southern rappers, they got like a business mind in it. Like he was one of them. Like it reminded me of like the old school guys. Like he was like a business minded rapper. So even if you're not that much into the music, if you listen to his interviews and stuff, there was quite a lot of information in there. Just as a man who's if you're a man who's trying to do business, or like there's little jewels in them man's interviews. But anyway, he's from the city of Memphis. Now, you know who else is from Memphis?
Yo Gotti.
Yo Gotti. So you gotta imagine, you got Memphis, yeah? Then you got Young Dolph, who's like one major rapper from Memphis. And then you got the other major rapper from Memphis, who's Yo Gotti. Now, Yo Gotti tried to sign Young Dolph when he was starting out, but Young Dolph's on this self-made, I'm a boss, that type of vibe. Not in it, right? And he built up his thing, but it was almost like, if I can't sign you, you're my enemy type of thing. So from that point, they've been like rap enemies, rap beef, made diss songs. There's been a couple of attempts. There was a couple of attempts on Young Dolph's life, and these were failed attempts. My man even made songs like clapping back at the attempts and all of that. But anyway, they got him. They finally got him after all their attempts. He was in Memphis, him and his brother. They were going to buy cookies. They were in the shop. The shooters pulled up and they ended up killing Young Dolph. Now, these guys in the court have revealed now that they were promised 100K, and that 100K was coming from a guy called Big Juk. Big Juk is Yo Gotti's brother. So now it's looking like he had something to do with it, because although everyone on the internet saying it's his brother, but Stephen, come on, let's keep it real. You being the boss of a company, your right-hand man putting a hit on a man, you must know. He can't do that without telling you. See what I'm saying? So it's sad, man, but it's a bad mind thing, I'll tell you straight. It's a bad mind thing. It's bad mind because my man was shining. He had his little cousin, what was his name? Key Glock. Is his name Key Glock or something like that?
It's Key Glock, his cousin.
Key Glock's his little key, put him on, yeah? So they were bubbling and doing their little thing and making...
I heard it was the signing thing as well. Mark, this is how idiotic it gets. I'm hearing it was also because the people would call Dolph the king of Memphis, and Yo Gotti is like, nah, I'm the king. And then he's like, yo, tell people that I'm the king, and that. He's like, but I ain't doing that. Nah. And then Dolph was like, yo, my man's hating on me. And family, so basically, it was all over nothing. Like, none of it needed to go. None of it needed to go on. I don't think it was over no like stolen money, no disrespect, no one got murdered, and it sounds like it was just an envious situation that escalated to the ultimate max.
That's what it was. It was a silly situation, and the maddest thing, one of the shooters, Stephen, it was his daughter's birthday on the day. Like I said, it's just some hating stuff, man. It's your own. Not only is it your own people, but it's your people where you come from. A man's back home. You know what? You know they were attempting to get him, Stephen, at a turkey drive. You know when mans give out turkeys to the community.
Oh, was it there? Because I know they got him in the cookie shop, innit?
They were planning to get him there though, because he had a turkey drive, but it got cancelled. See what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta think to yourself, man. It's just rap on a whole, man. Rap on a whole. It's just sad what it's become. Because I was watching something last night, and they were talking about like the mainstream labels and stuff. They're done with rap on a mainstream level. Like on a mainstream level, it don't make money anymore. Like they were going over all the numbers. This is not just female rap. This is not just drill rap. They're saying it don't make money anymore. Like it just doesn't make money anymore. It's that bad. So what they tried to do to overcome that years ago, they introduced the 360 deals. Where like they'd sign an artist, but they need piece of your merch. They need piece of your touring. They need piece of everything, your masters or whatever it may be. Now, it's gotten that bad where they're not even recouping off them kind of deals. That's where it's gone to, because it has no direction. It has no purpose. It has no message. It has nothing basically at this point. So it's just fizzled down now to, it was just good time party. Well, it is good time kind of party music, but it's lost all of its identity.
I wouldn't even call it that, Mark, because it's more party music, but I wouldn't say it's a good time because it's absolute nonsense and debauchery. Like it's you know what I mean? It's just it's full retard music, that's what it is.
Yeah, facts. Sad to see it drop down like that though and shrivel up to nothing. Sad to see it shrivel up to nothing, man. From where it's coming from. You see what I mean? From where it's coming from, for it to have fallen so far is sad.
Mark, what happened to the amoebas that didn't crawl onto land?
Real
They
talk.
died, man. If you believe in evolution, that is.
Facts. Facts, man. You gotta...
If you don't evolve with the times, you die. Your career dies as well.
Real talk. Because you gotta think of it now, Steve, and you're like, we're living through this time now. I believe that like years from now, they'll name this period. You know when people lived through the Great Depression? They didn't know they were living through the Great Depression. It was after it finished, they called it the Great Depression. So whatever this time we're living through now, this inflation, yeah, you gotta think there's no like tools of upliftment through an entertainment lens. There, I know people will say, "Oh, I want to escape reality." I know people will say that, but I'm saying entertainment has always historically been a tool that upliftment was hidden in. So you got to think back in, like, say, take it back to times way before we were born. Even though we weren't around, yeah, they had their adversity and things that they were facing. But through the adversity and what they were facing, so many different tools of upliftment were born from that, through that time. When you look at it now, when you look at rap now, and you can even extend that to dancehall, yeah, they completely ruined what it was that brought them front stage and center. So once they've ruined that, now the world, if you notice now on YouTube, it's all videos about declining sales. No money's being made.
Oh, Ice Spice career's over.
Yeah, I've seen about 10 of them videos.
Facts.
Because they were talking about LL.
Apparently they got sued and settled the other day over a tune.
Like they sampled someone's tune or something.
Something, so yeah.
Yeah, because Ice Spice, they usually kind of use her as the face of declining rap. I just think that you know
what? Sorry to cut you, Kate. You know why though? Because Coyle Ray is not really hot anymore. You know, I instead use her.
Yeah, I remember. Was it you that's telling me that she was like a TikTok kind of artist?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Because that's what, for those who don't know, because this is according to people who study the music and break it down and make the videos online. They're saying that many of these artists nowadays are TikTok artists, meaning they get stuck in the cycle of TikTok. So they'll come out, they'll make a tune, it'll go viral on TikTok. They might get signed off the back of it. But you have to remember, TikTok's way worse than people who watch YouTube. Because at least with YouTube, they might watch/take in the whole of the song. Remember with TikTok, it's 30 seconds, a minute, whatever, however long it's played for, depending on whatever the challenge is. So once that dies down, you have to do it again, because those people, they're not going to come over. So they're not going to come over to Spotify and stream the whole song, or even, you would hope, stream your album. So that's why when you come out, your first week release sales are triple cardboard. Then your second week, styrofoam, and so on and so forth. That's why no one's doing any numbers. So you might have one tune, 100 million views, but then you can't even sell 100,000 units, for argument's sake.
Sometimes not even 10,000. Remember these like, you know, these views, what people get on YouTube and what people get on TikTok, they don't cross over into the actual music world. Because I was watching it come up on my algorithm the other day. LL Cool J made a song with Eminem. You seen it?
Yes. And
anyway, the time I looked at it, it had like 2 million views or something, which 2 million views is a lot, especially in today's world for LL Cool J. Like, I know he's got Eminem in there, but that's a lot of views. They said the album done like 12K, Stephen. That's not even.
Yeah, because it would. No disrespect to LL, you're a legend, and obviously he's goated in this thing, but people aren't checking for LL no more.
1,000.
It's just the truth.
But check this though. No facts. 1,000%. But he done 13. Now, what do you think? Remember, you see Sexy Red everywhere. Like, you'd say that she's probably one of the more hotter artists of today's world. Whether people like it or not, through a marketing lens, you see her everywhere. So yeah. I'm saying LL, who's been around since the 80s, who's, his career's done as far as music. Let's keep it real. No one ain't checking for LL like you said. But if he's done 13,000, what you expect Sexy Red to have done?
130,000, man.
She done 22. So look at the gap between an older artist who's meant to not be popping, and then someone who's meant to be at the forefront of the thing, who's selling out arenas and all of that, who done 22. That shows you the problem they've got in the USA rap market right now. That shows you that after years of ramping with the thing, playing around, signing artists just based off of virality, signing artists just based off of numbers on social media.
Yeah, go on. I'll let you finish.
Yeah, because of that. That's what brought them to this point now, to where they're struggling.
Partly, Kate. I agree and I disagree.
Come through.
It's definitely all of that you said and more. But you have to also remember TikTok killed a lot of it. And let me not just blame TikTok, but Vine, Instagram Reels, YouTube Short. Basically everything that has short form content. That has killed it as well. Because people don't have the attention span anymore to watch anything, let alone, people don't even mark. It's gotten so bad and people are just used to scrolling. 30-second video, 1-minute video. Oh, there's a new challenge. Let's learn the dance. People can't even sit and listen to a 2-minute song, let alone a 5-hour album.
Like, I think it's purposely done,
The record, go on.
Purposely done, I think that was.
Probably. The record labels also don't help, like you said. Like, how idiotic do you have to be? You sign someone off the back of one tune. I don't care how viral it goes. You're not going to recoup. You're supposed to meet with them and say, all right, that tune's bubbling. Show me your next 5 tunes. They always mess it up, Mark, and I'll go back again. I'll use another example and to show you that it's not just always TikTok and yada, yada, yada. Fetty Wap. Yeah, baby. Who was hotter than that in, what was it, 15, 16?
15, 16, 17, he was bubbling.
Who was hotter than that? But that, again, I'm hearing it was the record label, Mark. Because he had, what was his first one? Was
Trap
it My
Queen.
Way?
Trap Queen was the first thing. And then My Way come like a couple weeks after.
But if the rumors is to be believed, it was the record label that shafted him, because he dropped Trap Queen. And then, you have all the other tunes to be like, all right, cool. Got this big one, put out a few small ones in between, keep the momentum going, put out another banger. Apparently they emptied the full clip, G. Because he had like 10 tunes or something in the Billboard Hot 100 or something stupid at one time. But he was done.
Yeah.
Like they poured out all the juice and threw away the carton. Like, how are you going to empty the whole clip one time? And he said it himself. I heard him say it himself. Man went from getting $100,000 checks to 20K, 10K. That's why he pulled that move. That's why he's locked up right now, man.
Yeah, because remember,
trying to fight niggas over commissary and things, man.
But you gotta remember, it must be hard, for them rappers as well, because you gotta think a man like Fetty Wap, especially around that time, he might have been watching artists now that are just all these artists talking about, I'm spending 100K, I'm doing this, I'm this chain, this watch, this private jet. So when they start making money, Stephen, it's like they must think like it's going to never stop coming. So they're not thinking about, I wonder if I'm going to still be hot in 3 years, 4 years. And the chances are, let's keep it real now, who's still relevant that was relevant 5 years ago and they are relevant today. Who? Most of these artists now, they get one cycle.
Only really like there's three right now. And it's probably the top three in the game: Cole, Kendrick, and Drake.
But you see, Drake's 2008, Cole's 2009, Kendrick's about 2011. So them man ain't even. I don't even put them in the class with. I'm saying 5 years ago. That's 2019, Stephen.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd even say 10.
They've kind of proved the longevity in it. All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
There's no longevity.
Who was even hot in 19? I can't recall. Let me Google it.
That's when it started to, for me, that's when it started to, around that time is when it was starting to get evident that it was on its way out.
Was that wasn't the Migos, no? That was earlier.
Nah, Migos was 2013. I'm talking when guys first came out.
Who was hot in rap in, you said 2019, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'll Google it, G. Oh, it's giving me some names here, but I don't think this is the year anyone came out, though, but I'll read it anyway.
Yeah.
Rap music charts. This is Spotify 2019. It says there's tunes by 21 Savage, Little Peep.
Yeah, I know who that is.
XXX, but obviously he's passed away. Young Pinch, I don't even know who that is. Nobody, spelled NBDY. Drake, Travis Scott. They say Kanye West, but I know we're just talking about new. So if it's new, it'd be man's like Little Peep, innit? Little Peep. Wasn't that the white geezer with the tattoos?
I don't even know these brothers, but what we're basically saying is we don't know them, innit? Like, there ain't nobody who's stood that test of time. So the lane's wide open. Really, you know, Stephen, as an artist, now's probably the best time to bring a message if you're an artist, because it's wide open, isn't it? Like, the people have spoken. No one ain't buying this stuff no more. It ain't selling.
But I feel like, is it just the message, or is it the overall genre? Because there's only a few people who are really selling. Because I hear what you're saying. And
the message, that's just one of the things that's killing it. I think it's probably 5 different things rolled into one. So there's no content, there's no creativity.
Oh, Juice WRLD.
The things that are being spoken about.
Passed away. The baby, he fell off crazy.
Got cancelled, innit? He did.
J. Cole. Rowdy Rich as well. He fell off horrible.
Yeah, he was hot around them time. That's what I'm saying.
Little Uzi Vert. Is he still hot?
Somewhat, but musically, not really.
Little Baby's dropped off.
That's what I'm saying. It was UK. It was Central C, and who kept him relevant with that song.
Shit as well. NLE Chopper, he's dropped off. Little TJ, you can say he's dropped off. YNW Melly, he's lock up. YNBA, is any lock up again?
No, you're talking NBA.
No, YNBA, young boy.
Yeah, he's lock up. He's lock up.
Little Tekka, Ski Master Slump Guard, Young Thug him lock up. Post Malone ain't rap. Tyler the Creator, Migos. A Boogie, he fell off.
Told you, fam, it's over for them. They killed it. They killed the genre.
Meek Mill, he fell off.
Killed the genre. So, all right, let's switch it up now. So, this girl went viral last week on TikTok, and she came out and she made some comments. So let's react to these comments.
Both my ex-boyfriends in the UK were white. Before I go out, the girlies want to know if black British women are not dating black British men. Who are they dating? The answer is, we're dating white guys. Both my ex-boyfriends in the UK were white. I will tell you the type of white, like liberal white men. Like if you watch Love is Blind UK, Benaya, I was dating Benayas, and dating Benayas was great. They treat you very well compared to my other option, which was not dating at all, because the black men in my circles weren't checking for me. They were very much exclusively only dating white women, and they let me know. And to the black men that I did date, some of them had internalized racism. So there was things about my blackness they didn't like. So, for example, I'm not seen as attractive in the UK. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm all right, but I led with my personality more because I just didn't think I had the looks, and it was black men telling me that I didn't have the looks. Like, some of the worst names I've ever been called ever in my life have been from black British men. So I remember I dated a black guy, and he wouldn't like it if I took off my wigs at night to sleep. He wanted me to sleep with my wig on because he didn't like my 4C hair. And I would date like white guys, like liberal white guys that, you know, at times would, when I'm too tired, would take my wig off for me and put it on a wig stand and brush it out. So, yeah, I think that black British women have decided to just go where we're wanted and where we're adored. And if that's white men, it's white men. And love is love and be happy. But yeah, I noticed, and we kind of all noticed that, like, a lot of black men in the UK have a preference, and it's not us. But since moving to America, I've only ever dated black men. And I want to thank, again, America, sorry to be up your ass, but I didn't think I was cute until I moved here. Like, oh my God, I get approached by black men here, and I get to date black men here for the first time in my adult life. I'm dating black men. So, yeah, it's nice to be adored by your own kind. And that's never really happened for me in the UK. And a lot of dark-skinned women feel that way because, like I said, the type of a lot of black men in the UK is white women or racially ambiguous, and I am neither. So yeah, we're dating white guys. Yeah, love is love. Date who you want. All right, I'm going out. Have a good night.
All right. I'll take this one away.
All right, go.
Now you can start it still. I don't mind.
Because I shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, come true.
Confusion. So you're dating white guys in the UK. You're dating black guys in America. So you said you're happy to be dating your own kind. So I don't get it. So what's your preference then? Or you just go with whoever? It sounds like you just go with whoever. Anyway, listen, blood, no one cares, man. Like, no one cares. Like, we don't even say that. We don't even say love is. We don't even say the phrase no more. Date whoever the fuck you want to date, innit? My whole thing is why you blaming it on black men? Like, we need to stop the generalization, because if this was the other gender, like, people, I can only imagine the uproar. I know there was a bit of uproar on this, but not like if the genders were reversed, because anytime it's anytime the genders are reversed, yeah, so it's a black guy, and I'm talking like celebrities because I don't know anyone like this, and it's like a black guy with a white woman cake. He's always called out. Like, I saw people calling out Usher, even though Usher has black children, and I've never heard Usher publicly bash a black woman. But then you have Eve. Oh my God, Eve, yeah, she's wonderful. Oh, she lives in London. She's just been quiet with her white man for years. Look at Serena, poor Serena. How she mash up herself. I could talk it real. She mash up herself though. Serena used to be a beautiful, strong, athletic Wimbledon winner. You get me? Now I don't know. I don't know what she's doing with herself half the time. But she's with a white guy. No one says anything. Even the whole case of Usher again being called out for his quote unquote preferences. His ex Chili, she's with a white guy as well. She gets nothing but praises. So it seems like when the roles are reversed, it's not go where you want to go. Love is love. Like, you're supposed to stay wherever you are and be miserable. So, for argument's sake, you only get East Asian women, yeah, but they might be awful to you. They treat you badly and that. So you're supposed to stay with them just because you get them. Like, I don't know. It's confusing to me. But the whole argument of blaming black men, like, oh, I've never felt cute and all of that. Fair enough. I'm not trying to diminish your experience, because that's probably true. But you need to look at who you're around and what circles you're rolling in. Because the problem is, when we make generalizations like this, is you're speaking on all groups, talking about, oh, black men don't like dark women, black men don't like black women. No, say the black men you've come across. Say that, because it's specific to you. You don't know all black men in the UK.
Facts.
Like, do whatever you want to do, but we need, and I'm talking both sides of the coin. Like, I don't give a shit. Do what you want to do, but just stop generalizing, man.
Yeah.
Stop generalizing to fit your ambition, man, or to fit your point. Like, just date who you want to date, man. Like, I saw she got a little backlash. She came back and addressed it, but people need to remember as well, she's a quote-unquote comedian, so the clear point of this was her to try and go viral, because I don't think anyone gives a shit about who she's dating or asked who she was dating. Well, talk to me, Kate.
It's a lot of these videos, is the long and short of it is this: black men are under attack by a lot of women that are hurt. Like that woman, like she's hurt. Someone's hurt her. You know what I mean? And she's holding the whole race of men accountable for whoever it is that hurt her. Like these kind of women that make these type of videos bashing black men, they're looking for engagement. And just like how people make videos and do things to bash black women because they want engagement, and they know that these blogs who are just looking for content to be able to get engagement will repurpose this content and post it out there. So by her saying that, she knows that she's going to get posted on a few blogs that have got followers, and she's going to get engagement. And one way to guarantee that engagement is to attack black British men. So I'm saying, like, it's an easy attack. And I do get it, like, a lot of these men, like, they do dislike themselves. And because they dislike themselves, they're not going to like a woman who could pass for their sister or their auntie or their mom, or they're not going to like that. That's a fact. Like, I'm not going to pretend like that is a real thing, but that's why I say in today's world, like a lot of people, they're going to be paying for the bad decisions they made today in a few years from now.
Yes.
Like a lot of people don't understand that, like, we're going through some very important times that require some very important decision making. Long-term thinking right now is very, very important. So these ladies, they're looking for, well, when I say these ladies, let me not do what she does and generalize. A lot, or should I say some, of this kind of woman are looking for a certain type of man. They're looking for a certain type of man who makes a certain type of money. They're looking for a certain type of athletical build. They're looking for a certain type of stature. They're looking for a certain type of level of man. And the facts are, not too many men in today's world tick all them boxes. So when they go for that type of man, he comes with consequences, meaning that if you're looking for perfection, there are so many other women looking for perfection. So my man's out here more than likely having his way with this thing, and you get hurt, and now you jump on the internet and make videos like this. And another thing is, like, I'm fed up of people like keep putting out there what they think society's beauty standards should be. Now I get it. There is a certain type of woman that is seen to be beautiful through the media and social media's eyes, but that don't mean it's facts. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Just because certain women are being risen up on social media and you're seeing certain men that are lusting after these women, that does not mean that you are not beautiful. Like, you just haven't met the right black man. That's all it is. So you've had a bad experience, and the first thing you decide is to jump on your phone and start bashing what could be your brother, your dad, your uncle. For what? You know what I mean? For what? Like, and then you're holding up, you know, these people, these type of women. I'm disappointed in them, because what they do is, you know, they go straight to these other men thinking that it's going to trigger black men. Like, it's not going to. Like Stephen said, no one cares what you want to do. Like when Love is Blind gets used, or when it was historically used on this show, that was not to someone who was just living their life and going out with their partner, or it wasn't aimed at that person. It was aimed at the person that was doing that, but felt the need to disrespect the women in his race, or disrespect the men in his race who see, you know, the woman in their race as beautiful. That's what that saying was for. It was never to attack no one who was dating outside their race. And people can do what they want. This woman is engagement farming. She wants engagement, and she got somewhat engagement. But just do what you're doing, man. Like, for those who want to live a certain way, they will live how they want to live. But these type of women, man, they just gotta... Honestly, Stephen, I just can't wait for this whole era to pass, you know. Like, all of this, like... I know the red pill stuff's dying out now, but you know, all of this, like... I don't even want to use the dreaded words, but you know, all of this, like... I need this, I need that. I want this, you should do that, you should be doing this. Everyone's just a life coach all of a sudden. Like, I seen a thing the other day, like, a girl was like saying, if a man don't do this, he don't love you. And I'm like, yo, don't you realize that everyone's an individual? Like, some people could be buying you a bar of chocolate. That could mean I love you. Like, everyone does things in their own way. But there's too much people who come in on, if a man does this, if a man does that. Like, it's silly, man. Like, it's even like Apple released the update on the iPhone now, where you can basically require Face ID for an individual app. So, for example, Instagram, if you click Instagram, you can set it to where you need to put your Face ID to access Instagram. So I'm reading this article that got posted about it, like, where they're like, yo, this is a new feature. And there's girls in the comments, if my man's got this, then I know he's got something to hide and rare it. And I'm just like, yo, like, when are these people gonna grow up, man? Like, this era needs to pass. It has to pass. Because what this era's bred is just nothing but hurt souls. Like, when I listen to that girl, she's been hurt. Her heart's been broken, man. And she's talking about, I'm in America and they're just treating me like a queen. And yo, them man are probably worse than any man you'll find in Britain. Watch that Pop the Balloon and all them kind of shows. Them man are probably worse. I've seen some madness on that Pop the Balloon show. Love and Hip Hop. Housewives of Atlanta. Just watch them things, man. I'm not a fan or nothing, but you see the clips. Over there's probably more chaos than here. So girls like that, to me, they're just looking for engagement, and they've seen that type of engagement has worked for other girls. Like, there's people who have made whole TikTok careers. Don't you remember that big tick black girl who used to be in the furniture shop with that white boy? You remember what happened to her? It's died out because it's a gimmick. No one cares. No one cares what you get up to. Like, man don't want you, like, from certain things I can't even talk, but I'll say it straight. From you've kept up certain things, you know, man would never link you anyway. Facts. You think you could make a video like that and be around anything that moves a certain way? From you've made that type of video, there's certain man you could never link anyway. So you're not even thinking long term, rude girl. Like, some of these girls need coaching, man. About you looking, man. Sorry about that little rant, Stephen. I just had to get that off my chest.
Whatever. Truth of it, Beijing.
Yeah, man. So I think that's about it, you know.
Well, what they say, time flies when you're having fun, man.
Yeah, man, that's it, man. People, just before we get out of here, people, the story's on its way, man. The visual story is on its way. It's called The Big Ponzi. A lot of things get broken down, man. A lot of things get broken down about that story. So just get ready for that. Like I said, it's going to land on Patreon. And for those who are not Patreons, they don't pay a subscription. You can pay a one-off fee to access that. So that's it, man. It's the Express Truth, unfiltered, making Thursdays great again. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. We're out of here, people.
Gang.
Now, 15 years ago in Birmingham, people, was a very, very different time to the Birmingham that we know today. Things got rough people. Now, we were off the back of a lot of factories in the West Midlands closing. Now, these factories, people, were factories that a man's dad could go and work in. A man would finish school and go and work in there. A lot of people spent their entire career in this factory. So when this factory shut, it created a knock-on effect in some of the local Birmingham communities. A lot of people were out of jobs and a lot of people were desperate for money. Now, there was already a crime wave happening at the time. Street robbery was at an all-time high. Car theft was at an all-time high. B&E, which is the breaking and entering game, was at an all-time high. Even the West Midlands police, they couldn't control the city. Now, people used to rely on factory work. A lot of people were struggling to keep the lights on. That's how bad things got around this time. Now, there was one day that there was a conference. Now, this conference had came to Brum and they had put flyers all over the city and they were advertising a conference. Now, this conference aimed to teach you how to buy a property in just 4 hours. So it was teaching people in 4 hours how to buy and flip a property. Now, they were doing a special, and this special was £100. All you had to pay is £100 to go into this seminar and listen to this so-called property expert sell his course to you and allegedly teach you how to buy and flip a property.